Hi there, my name is Theo Janidis and I'm a senior lecturer here at the University of the West of Scotland. Welcome to Digital Marketing Practice module. Hi there, today we're going to be talking about some queries that I had. This is not a supplementary material, it's a supplementary of the supplementary, so basically I decided to make this video because I received a lot of emails from a lot of students. And for those that watch this, when you hear references to Wednesdays and Mondays, this is for MSc students, because for the MSc students, you should know that we have also CPD students that attend on a Friday. So when you hear CPD students in videos, you will understand that I'm referring to them on a Friday, and these are always coming towards the end. And of course, these are completely separate from the MSc at this stage. And of course, though, when I refer to Mondays and Wednesdays, I'm referring to those students that come from MSc Digital Marketing. The reason why I'm making this distinction is because I'm having emails from both CPD students and MSc students, and I would like to be addressing them in one video. So basically trying with, one stone, hit two birds, or, be more, economical with how I use my resources and time. So, moving forward, I would like to say is on both cases for CPD students and MSc students, I'm receiving emails, which in this case is lovely, and I'm going to try to answer them as much as I can. But because right now the number is exceeding 20, and most of them have the same queries, I would advise you in your own platforms in Google Classroom, you use Stream. The reason why you need to use Stream is because with one type of comment and announcement in the class, you will be able to actually get peer review and peer information, which of course they could actually tell you how they sorted this out. Maybe they found a source that I'm not even aware to provide to you, because there's more people there, and in this way, maybe somebody from the class can answer it. But also, if that's not the case, if I answer to one and there's many people that have this similar question, by answering this one question I'm answering to everyone. So that saves me time to focus on other types of queries and other types of issues. So, and that will help you all move faster, whether you are in the MSc class or you are at the CPD class. So for this case, some of the students ask a little bit support on what's the first task at hand in this week. This happened in class also during Wednesday with the MSc students, and I'm assuming that this will be the case on Friday. So in order to catch this, to give you some extra value for those that on Friday on CPD, I'm providing this intervention to provide a little bit more clarity, given that some of the questions have already been coming my way. So the question that came was, what do I need to do for this session? I'm a bit confused. I don't know where I start with, and how to actually look at the information you provided in Google Classroom and how these affect my my program. So from my perspective, you need to look at your project. If you are going to be using your project, you're going to be belonging to groups of people, or two types of projects. One is going to be a current project that has a website, has social media, and potentially search engine optimized, been search engine optimized before, in which case you have a narrow flexibility when it comes to move about, but there might be flexibility in choosing later on different CMSs, let's say going away from very complicated, clunky WordPress to more user-friendly Wix. But for the time being, one of the things that you need to actually look at when you're doing your research, because that's the first planning step that we are trying to address here, you really need to use and understand what are the keywords that and in this case, because you have a current website, that means that may be searchable. Please don't use searches like the name of the company, or please use it to see, if you are lost in the queries on your own name search, then that means that your Google your indexing in Google search engine is minimal. So basically, they're almost to none, next to none. So it's good to look at, but it's good to search around, search for competitors. But in your effort to do so and research your area where you are, you really need to start forming an idea of what's your current brand, what's your brand, where your brand needs to be, or if there is a space that it needs to occupy, and if that's the case, then what do you need to do to develop this brand? And the reason why I'm actually saying this is because when you're doing a website for the first time and you're using websites that are recent, you're using keywords that are recent, and you're using information that are recent, then what do you do? And of course, if you can validate this and plot them into a trend graph, this means that your brand and your keywords that you're going to be using in future to write content, to index content, and to index the website overall is going to be relevant, and is going to give you, is going to peg your website and whatever you do into a growth area. And that's really important. It's actually critical because that gives you the best opportunity for survival in the beginning and growth, given that the potential for growth is going to be bigger because your start is going to be fresh on very or growing terms. So this is why we do it in both cases. But in the case that you have a current website, you can address this by adjusting and finding better keywords and maybe looking at spaces that you can occupy that's going to be better. And then, of course, in the case that you have a new website, you have a wider and more bigger research. But the good thing is that you can actually, find the best brand name, the best domain, and not everything could be in harmony out of the same keyword searches and keyword information that you're going to be selecting. Now, because you're going to be saying, okay, you're talking too much, Theo, show us something, I'm going to move on to this. But before we start, I want to show you where is Google Stream. Google Stream is here. As you can see, it is here with all the information. Let me just move it a bit on the side here. What you need to do is just use that space to make an announcement, to make a comment, to use a video, something from Google Drive, anything that you need to actually, let me move on myself on the side, so you can see it better. So basically, you can use this place to actually write a comment, write a question. People can actually answer below, and you can utilize all the space. Please do so, because if you don't ask questions, we don't know. And as you see here, this is for DMP, but the same happens with the CPD. And as you can see here in the CPD, there's no comments. I'll make this start with this video, and I'm expecting you to just start, using the space to actually talk. Don't be shy. This game is going to be played well. And if you want to play well, you need to ask questions, and I'm here to answer them. So moving on, so I'm gonna go here, and I'm actually wrote a document with some instruction. I'll give you some examples of prompts that you can use to work with Bard, and I'm gonna show you the rest of the process, an example of what I'm trying to do. So here, for example, these are some prompts that you use for SEO. So it could be for the keywords, okay, long tail, which means you have the core the core words associated, and then you put tails and different types and variations of these two words and phrases together, so as to actually variate them. You will see that when I'm going to be creating it, I'm going to be using this particular one in our case, but also you can do it for writing a blog post, and look at topics and themes and categories. You can optimize a product description, the following keywords: keyword 1, keyword 2, keyword 3. So you could actually work with several keywords. You can create a list of 5 popular questions. Here you could have which keyword is a popular term. Keywords X is a popular search term. What are the 10 long tail keywords related to that keyword? And here we have the example of the long tail keywords of best laptops for students under 500. And then of course you say for students, and yes, under 500 with gaming graphics, blah blah blah. And again, these are more examples, okay? And as you see, they use different variations of the same prompts to get the information. In this case, I mean, if you have existing keywords and you want to try them, or you want to try a combination of keywords together to see if there's any kind of sentences that can come out of it, that's great, you know, I mean, do that. I'm going to take the top now, and I'm going to go here. So what we need to do now is we take that and copy paste it here, and I have a variation. As you can see inside set of keywords, we're using digital marketing course. And here we're using digital marketing so as to change a little bit the output. So I'm just leaving it there, and I'm made it wider, so as instead of putting digital marketing practice, because very specific to this course, maybe there's 1 or 2 courses like that. I'm going to leave these, and I'm just going to press that one here. And let me just take that and put it back here in context, and it's thinking about it. So basically, as we see here, free digital marketing course, best digital marketing course online, certified digital marketing course. So here we're looking, let's digital marketing course for beginners. Copy. So I'm going to go here, and I'm going to delete these, remove and remove. So basically I'm going to start from scratch, and I'm going to add a search term. I mean, if you go to Google Trends, the first thing you're going to see is this. So you copy paste it here, and you put explore, and immediately it looks at the location that you are in. So immediately it's the past day if there's any kind of searches. I'm going to put for the full year, and I'm going to look for worldwide. And as you see, there are some search search there. I'm going to take that, and I'm going to make it I'm going to take the short tail, the short core of it, digital marketing, copy, and I'm going to look at searches and make a comparison. And as you can see, this is the difference here. I mean, there's lots of searches, and people are searching for digital marketing. And I'm going to put digital marketing. Let's find something else here from Bard. Certified digital marketing course. Copy. I want to show you here, up here, as I put comparisons between things, but as you see here, it shows you the average, and then it shows you the different searches. But as I remove these, the whole search is changing, and you can see where you are between the different terms, and you can see a comparison between them. So then you could actually select, because on the one side here, we got Bard telling us so. It says, these are the most amazing keywords. And you don't know whether these keywords are performing and what happened in the past search. And you can actually look here that it's a quite bumpy ride, but it's quite steady. And on average, you see a very good interest over time. But also what you can see is, countries, okay, and you can look at other, I mean, India is one of the top ones. Here you can see for course for beginners, United States, and of course India. Okay, so basically it's a very hot area there, and of course you can switch between that, image search, Google Shopping, and you can look at different categories, different areas, and themes. But Google Trends is there for you as a free tool, and you are able to use that. And also Bard, if you have your own Gmail, but you can use it from this Gmail. Bard here is also available. And the reason why I'm saying to you to use keyword searches is because you really need to experiment to find your niche. And these keyword searches will help you to actually give you the domain if you don't have a domain yet, if you start from scratch. But it will also give you a wider bracket to actually associate your current website with more keywords. And that will determine on your content, what we determine of your new SEO strategies. That will determine other things, and that's the difference, because somebody that doesn't have any marketing education, and comes from a technical background, they actually looking at very wide key phrases, and they think that these key phrases are whether they are specific or not. And they call black hat sometimes, these kinds of approaches that are relevant to the search engine optimization process, SEO, and allows you to give you more information and better ranking for your website. We're going to talk about SEO later on, but for now the important thing is when you do your research in the beginning before you start your project, and you use as a first step for your research this type of approach and embed the AI in the process, and also verifying this by using Google Trends. There are other tools that I gave you, Google Classroom, like the ones that look for hashtags and Twitter searches, or X as you call it right now. Use these tools. There's more tools like that online, which is free and gives you like 14 days or something. For now, utilize them just to get this first hint, to understand where you are, where is your area, and then the idea is you need to make a strategic decision to just pin your website and your project in the right domain. So I'll leave you with that. I'm hoping that you enjoyed this first session, and that will clarify a lot. And for this start right now, we're just wanting you to research. You need to look at competition. You need to look at keywords here. We need to look at where are you going to be doing your first project. And of course, if that's a hobby and you always wanted to start, or you're starting from scratch from the company that doesn't have a website, or they want to abandon the old website and you want to start fresh and rebrand, or this provides you the opportunity to do that and gives you a very informed decision, because you have AI to provide you a very smart and connected to the indexing services of Google AI to provide you with information. And of course, because you don't need to take it for granted, remember AI and generative AI will try to hallucinate, which means like to cover the areas that are not mentioned, or it doesn't have any data in its database, in its libraries. It will try to hallucinate to actually cover this gap. So you always need to test it. And in this case and at this stage, the way to actually verify it is by using Google Trends and see what's the actual results there. So I'm hoping this becomes more certain for those that did the workshops and still have questions. And then of course, for those that will do the workshop, maybe that gives you something to just look at before you come in and maybe warm up a little bit. I'll leave you here. Thanks for watching, and see you in class if I haven't seen you yet.